We're gonna try a little bit of a different format today because so much has happened in the K-pop world. I feel like I haven't uploaded in a month, but it's only been a week. I would have uploaded earlier, but some guy had the audacity to interrupt while I was trying to record. I'm trying to record. I'm trying to record.
I was just trying to look at myself.
No, I'm trying to record.
My jawline's coming back. I love it.
Look at that. Look at the jawline.
Damn.
Famous guy.
Bro.
Famous guy.
Yeah, him in the chest.
Got it.
Yes, son. Famous guy.
Damn. Famous guy.
Hey. Whoever that guy was, check out his second channel to maybe see what was going on there. Check out his Twitch as well. I'm also coming back from some concerts, so this is also me catching up on the news as well. And no, I was not at the one where someone put their baby on stage. I'm sure you guys have seen it by now, but for those who haven't, NMIXX just started their showcase tour in the US, and at the end of their first show, the girls were interacting with the fans, taking their phones, when all of a sudden, a baby appears on the stage. Now, I'm not the parent, so I have no right to tell them what to do. I will say, the first thought that popped up in my head was concern for the baby's ears. I even started wearing earplugs at concerts just to protect my ears in the long run, so I can't imagine a baby up there with the lights and the speakers. I also feel bad for KYUJIN. Look, I know it's cute to see NMIXX's baby with the baby, but you could tell she was extremely worried, despite still handling it like a pro. Immediately getting the baby off stage, not even taking phones anymore, just for the sake of everybody's safety. And she did end up playing with the baby from a bit of a safer distance. As you guys know, we try to only talk about situations that have some kind of official response or action, but the baby hasn't responded to my emails. Some people think this baby also made an appearance at the Stray Kids concert, but there's no way to verify that. I guess it wouldn't be surprising at this point. Certainly not as surprising as the announcement of EXO Kai's enlistment out of nowhere, and it seems like even he wasn't ready for it. So even though he was preparing for EXO's comeback as a full group, he'll now be enlisting just a few days from now. SM stated that the reason this is sudden is due to recent changes in the military's regulations, but are now accused of lying and covering up their poor planning because the military responded saying there have been no recent changes to any of the rules. Right after the news, Kai went live to speak with fans. He was in tears for a lot of it, talking about how much he had prepared and had in store for fans, and that he only just found out as well. But on the bright side, just like he said he would fight and even blackmail SM to make sure it happens, Kai will hold a free fan meeting and live stream to be with fans right before he enlists. Thankfully, Kai went on live stream again after the fan meeting announcement, seeming a little more content about the whole thing. Today is actually the day N.FLYING's Dongsung and GOT7's JINYOUNG go off to start their military service, and JINYOUNG's fellow member BamBam also live streamed recently and actually responded personally regarding the backlash involving NewJeans' HAERIN. We talked about this in a previous video, and I don't want to misrepresent the situation by summarizing it, so check out that more in-depth video if you don't know what this is about. BamBam has now spoken on this, saying people just cut things off to make him out to look like the bad guy. This is something that's been bothering him every day for 3 weeks now, that everyone just believes everything they see online, like this 10-second clip. He appreciates the people that trust him, but says that if you don't want to support, to at least stop hating and just let him live. SSERAFIM's Chaewon, on the other hand, had a whole different kind of response when it came to their accusations. Of course, the girls are back with Unforgiven, working with the legendary Nile Rodgers. Well, apparently, some music critics started raising suspicions that SSERAFIM were plagiarizing singer Rosalia. They first started pointing out the resemblances between the Anti-Fragile concept with Rosalia, and then claimed that Unforgiven also gives them, quote, Rosalia vibes. The girls were then directly asked about this during their showcase, to which Chaewon responded saying SSERAFIM's songs and concepts contain their own stories and messages and would appreciate if you consider them as unique creations. But she doesn't stop there. It looks like she references Rosalia's chewing gum pose seen in a fan cam. I don't think as a knock toward Rosalia herself, rather toward the accusations and the critics making them. 50/50 also denied their plagiarism accusations after a Turkish singer posted on Instagram pointing out the similarities between their song Cupid and a song he released back in 2017. Their company initially stated they would check in with the original producer of Cupid, and have now followed up saying the producer wasn't even aware of the Turkish song in question. There are similarities in terms of characteristics of pop music, but they don't think it's plagiarism. We'll have to see if there's a response to this and this continues. Cupid, of course, is still breaking records and setting unprecedented milestones, especially for a rookie group from a smaller company. Thankfully, member ARAN's recent surgery was successful. Whenever she's ready, they can return and continue this crazy momentum they have right now. Unfortunately, we have other idols that will be out for a bit due to their health. BTOB's PENIEL will be taking a short break from their recent comeback promotions due to a back injury. By the way, great Great song they just came back with, Wind and Wish. I love it. HUENING BAHIYYYIH will also be stepping away from Kepler Promotions for a while due to the loss of a family member. And even though he's been trying to perform on a chair for a while, KQ Entertainment has now announced that ATEEZ's WOOYOUNG will suspend his activities to focus on recovering his ankle. Not only that, KQ also had to announce that JUNGHOON from XIKERS, who just debuted, will now undergo knee surgery. If you play sports, you know an ACL injury can be quite severe and that it takes a relatively long time to recover from, so hopefully everything goes smoothly for him during this process. But as you guys know, we also celebrate the positive things happening in K-pop because someone who went on hiatus all the way back in May of 2022 and then left YG in November of 2022 was BAHIYYYIH. Well, we might get to see him sooner than later because he's now created his own personal Instagram account stating he's preparing to greet everyone soon. As someone who watched and was invested in Treasure Box to his career in Treasure, I can't wait to see what he has in store for us. It also looks like the girls of I.O.I reunited to celebrate their 7th anniversary. I love that they're still doing this after all these years, no matter where they are. I'm always hoping for a reunion comeback. I think it's inevitable one day. I mean, Teen Top announced plans for their first group comeback in 4 years. This seems to be happening because UJ6's project group covered their song on an NBC variety show, which allowed their past tracks to get back on the charts again. And if anyone knows what it's like to climb back on the charts, it's Brave Girls, who we previously talked about getting back together as a full group under Warner Music Korea, and they have now announced their new name, BB Girls. I do kind of wish they could have kept the name Brave Girls like GOT7 and iKON, but with the name so closely associated with Brave Brothers and Brave Entertainment, I do understand why they didn't allow that. So it is good to hear that Seungyu has now set up a company that will hold all the trademark rights related to Infinite, as they seem to be planning to reunite for their 13th anniversary. Congrats to Seven, who just got married, and the wedding was basically a huge YG reunion. It brings me back to see all these faces together again. I'm pretty sure Dara confronted GD about the limited edition shoes and clothes from his recent Nike collaboration. She posted the custom embroidery that actually misspelled her name as Sandari, calling it out all in good fun, of course. But then again, I wouldn't want her to have one with a mistake on it, so Dara, you can send that one to me. Don't worry about it, just reach out kpopjunkie@gmail.com in the description below. Here are all the comebacks that have happened since the last video, from SSERAFIM to Bang Youngkook's solo, iKON's first comeback outside of YG, and Triple S's new subunit, Crystallize, who I hope can overcome the external forces and companies that are holding them back from performing at music shows. We'll dive deeper into that if they're able to share more information about it later on. aespa is finally back and have already set the first day sales record for girl groups 6 days after SSERAFIM just beat the record, both with over 1 million sales. 17 has now broken the record for the best-selling K-pop album in history, and they did it in a week. No wonder Dino's parents are dancing, which, by the way, I see where the talent came from. They actually killed that. I believe the previous record was held by BTS's Map of the Soul 7, who, by the way, are breaking records themselves individually. Jimin now has the longest charting Korean solo song on the Hot 100, finally surpassing Psy's Gentleman from 2013. And of course, Suga debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200, only one of 2 Korean soloists to ever do so, alongside fellow member Jimin. Can you imagine if the 2 talented artists, Suga and August D, battled it out for that throne though?
That's what I'm saying. August, hear me out. Go at these.
RM too.
Go at BTS. Go at RM. Go at. I'm a BTS. Listen, Army. I don't know if y'all gonna find this video. I'm a fan of y'all.
Wait.
What?
He is a BTS.
August.
Suga is August D.
Wait, what? What the?
Nah.